and I'm here to support my NHS colleagues, many of whom may be fired soon, even though they worked with no vaccines and no proper PPE throughout the early days of this pandemic, Alistair.
Sure. Now, as I say, we've talked about this before, and you've been on other GB News programmes. Remind people why you think, as a retired surgeon, it is right and proper that people who do not wish to go through the whole vaccination process should still be able to work with vulnerable people, because that's a genuine concern amongst many members of the public.
I would say, Alistair, members of the public should have no concerns about being looked after by a doctor or a nurse that is unvaccinated. Many of those staff are already immune from having caught COVID. There is, in fact, a very interesting study has just come out this week from Israel, looking at medical staff that had received a fourth dose of this vaccine. And remember, this vaccine was made for the original variant, not for this variant. And that study showed those fourth jabs people were still catching Omicron. I would say actually Omicron now is very much like influenza, or perhaps even more like a common cold. Omicron is probably the only vaccination we need. I would have no reservation about being looked after by any NHS staff, whether they're vaccinated or whether they're not.